That is true.
The diet that it fixes all.
All right. We on. We live. James, pray.
Thank you so much for this night again with these guys. Just help us have a good talk. Help us to bless someone out there. Just thank you for the ability to do this. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Fire in the hole.
Amen.
We kick it old school. 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 We kick it old school.
What's up? Welcome to Suit 41, floor 86, room 64 of the Kicking It Old School podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Suit.
You wearing a suit tonight?
How'd y'all know?
What's suit? You said welcome to Suit 41.
Do we have a replacement for Daniel tonight?
I'm just asking.
He is so snippy and mad.
I am not. I'm just don't. You said welcome to Suit
He
41.
It's hype.
Good day in my world.
He was hype.
Ooh, Nelly's happy. So if Nelly is happy,
What does that mean?
that means it's
He
time.
finally got it started.
Well, it could mean a couple of things, but we can only talk about one.
It's time. Before we get started, you Google Plus listeners, we want to put out there that we have a disclaimer now that you have to sign. It's on your right-hand side of your, never mind, I'm just kidding. But you never know what we're going to talk about. Last week, we done a whole episode. Our main man.
Only the Google Plus people got
You
to
guys
see
are the
it.
only one that saw it.
You're
last
the
week.
only ones got to see it. Our main man says, yeah, I'm not going to put it out.
Didn't make the cut.
Nah, I wasn't happy with it. But if you're listening, if it's Thursday, you need to make yourself a note to get on Google Plus on Monday nights because you never know what you're going to miss.
Ooh.
That's the only way to see it.
I like it.
And once we get to the person that is with us tonight, we will tell you that that person watched it and thought it was good. So
Oh, you did watch it? Man, I tell you.
you trying to mess him up.
Sorry.
You know
Oh,
they get,
yeah.
they
They
get
can't
shocked
talk.
if
I'm
they
sorry.
talk before we introduce them. Mark started that. But tonight is, for us, is a Monday night, but you'll be listening on a Thursday night.
Yep.
And this marks 8 weeks in since our New Year's resolution.
Yes. This is it. It was 8 weeks ago tonight on a Monday night.
Our main man, do you have that clip?
Mm-mm.
I probably do.
Our producer don't produce much.
He really don't. Our main man told us that he
Well,
was.
they quit bringing food when he went on his diet, so I just quit doing everything.
What happened when you had food?
Well, it was a little better.
Our main man told us, he hated resolutions and not really hated them, but he didn't understand them. But his resolution was he was going to lose 40 pounds in 8 weeks.
Yep.
So our male nurse told him it wasn't possible.
He did.
No.
He said you cannot physically and healthy, in a healthy way, lose 40 pounds in 8 weeks.
So the question is, was he right?
So our main man started at 300
Yep.
and 6 pounds.
Yep. We did the
306.
official weigh-in here at the studio.
That means he was going to have to lose down to 266.
And we all got our wives to check the math on that and make sure it was right.
Yep. So we made Joni the last night. He went in and weighed naked.
Oh.
So we made Joni go in and watch it.
Whew. I'm glad I wasn't there, man.
She's
Nelly
scarred
would've-
for life.
Nelly would have sent me in.
Every time she's done that, she's had a youngin.
That's right.
or it's been dark. Did you do it? Did she make you turn the lights off?
I'm not going to tell.
Okay.
But
All I know is he kept saying, honey, can you see the weight down there?
that's right.
Honey, do you see the weight?
I
Just use your
couldn't see
phone.
it.
Just use your
I couldn't see my toes, so I couldn't see the weight. I had to take her word for it.
Nelly, I know you've been excited for this day, so
Oh, it's going to be a good day.
do you have the drum roll?
Uh-uh.
There goes beating that table again, Nelly. You don't even have drum roll for us.
That was a drum
I
roll.
told you, our producer don't produce.
That was a pretty legit drum roll, I thought.
266 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, he weighed in at a fine, outstanding 275 pounds.
Yep. I had to have a 9-pound.
Had to have a 9-pound week.
The anticipation's killing me, Chris. Come on.
How much do you weigh today?
275.
Dun,
What?
dun, dun.
So check it. Like Wednesday of last week,
Oh.
I'm all pumped thinking, I can do this 9 pounds, hit it hard. I was doing my running, all that stuff. I was pretty strict on my eating and everything. Wednesday, I get up, weigh, and then gained a pound. I'm like, what? I was like, how does that happen? And I said, well, that's probably just one of them fluke things. I'm going to get up tomorrow and like drop 4.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to hit. So got up the next day on Thursday, gained another one. I was like, how cruel is God that I'm on a diet and gaining weight? I mean, that just don't even seem like it should be right. So I kind of knew I was messed up, but I kept it on. I kept, follow through, and I lost the 2 that I gained this week. Was there the 266? So I didn't do it. I ended up at 31 pounds in 8 weeks.
That's still pretty good, man.
That's pretty good, boy.
That's real good. I'm really impressed. But Nelly, what we're gonna do?
Oh,
What
man.
are we going to do?
Now we got to get these listeners because I got some real good ideas. Okay. But they need to send us some emails and some tweets on what do they want to see Daniel have to do.
And listen, we said at the beginning of it that they had to be listener suggestions.
That's right.
So I'm saying,
That's right.
if the listeners don't suggest anything, I'm off the hook. I don't have to.
Yeah, but I
don't have to
already
pay
got a
for it.
whole book full of listener
Well,
suggestions.
We got to see it because I know for a fact you don't tweet. We just found out what YouTube was 2 weeks ago. So I'm not too certain about how you're getting listener suggestions from people.
Well, they tell me.
Well, we need it. I needed some kind of way to see it. I don't trust you.
All right, guys out
I'm
there.
just going to be honest. I don't trust you.
Well,
Tell them to tweet us out, Chris, right now.
Well, somebody needs a tweet. We did have somebody that offered to pay $1 a pound for every pound you lost
Right.
to our favorite charity.
Yep.
So-
5-star wrestling.
So he lost 31 pounds. So that was $31. They didn't want to disclose who they were, so we won't disclose that.
that'll
Well-
buy pizza.
We will put it to our favorite charity, which is the belly of Daniel's body. I don't know. I don't really know, but no, we will.
Well, I'm gonna keep on. I just want to see how long it takes me to get to 266. So I'm not quite as like crazy about it as I've
Yeah.
been for the past 8 weeks because it's been tough the past 8 weeks. But
How did
I'm gonna keep going and see how long it takes me.
how hard was it throughout that whole deal to just stay focused, stay disciplined, not to?
It sucked, man. I mean, out of the 8 weeks, the first 2 weeks was the hardest. I mean, the first 2 weeks was brutal. Changing your diet, watching what you eat, cutting out all the extras, went to water, didn't drink Pepsi Max, things like that. But about week 3,
You got him with Pepsi Max tonight.
I got me one tonight. I used to go through 3 or 4 of them, but I'm going to try to make this one last the whole show. But by week 3 or 4, kind of right in the middle, I started hitting my groove as far as eating and stuff. And that wasn't really a factor. This past week was tough. Out of nowhere, I started, it's mental. A lot of mental stuff going on, just wanting to eat and all that good stuff. But
It's definitely mental.
it is.
It's definitely mental.
It's probably the majority of it is mental.
I
We'll
wonder.
see. I'll make a big announcement when I get to 266. It might be.
I hope
next
we're
year.
still doing this podcast. I hope we're still doing the podcast.
You never know.
We hadn't quit it, but we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary pretty soon.
April, man. We're
April.
only 1 month away.
I remember the day you called me and said, "Hey, Nelly's come up with this crazy idea." So, and we done it. No joke. We done it in a little white building.
Sure enough,
We
did.
were in the
White
well,
building.
except it wasn't white.
We'll reminisce. We'll have a special show for the 1 year anniversary.
It was nothing white about that
It was
building at
nothing.
all. But
Maybe the walls on the inside.
then we moved to this studio, and they keep
Yeah.
moving us room to room, and I just don't understand.
It is aggravating.
Floor to floor. But I want to bring in our guest before the next topic we get to, but we'll get to his life story after our next topic. But Jason Reynolds is here with us.
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
You've been calling him that all night, dude. It ain't Reynolds,
His daddy owns Reynolds Wrap.
dude. It ain't nothing. It's not even close to Reynolds.
What is it?
Your South Boston
Spell it out.
accent.
Spell it out.
Can you spell it? You know how to spell his last name?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Reynolds.
Runnels.
Runnels.
Jason Runnels.
It's a U.
What do you want me to call you? Just when it's time to eat?
Yeah.
You got talking.
Nelly-
You a singer, so
That's the one thing he will do. That's one thing Nelly does is get you in the mic.
yeah, get you in the mic. You,
Oh, yeah.
You come walking by at church yesterday, and Elizabeth standing there, and you didn't hear me, but I said, "Hey, You want me to help you sing Tanner? Elizabeth looked at me and says, "What's Tanner?" I said, "That's your friend."
Tanner.
She said, "You mean Tanner?" I said, "I don't know what I meant, but I said Tanner."
Hey, Jason, don't you want to take Chris on the road with you? Let him be your opening act.
Absolutely.
He'd bring the house down.
Central.
What would y'all do?
I just be the looks.
Crickets.
I just go.
I'm talking about here at the podcast.
Oh no, we'd shut it down.
Just shut
Well,
it
look,
down.
before we get into anything else, Jason, we cannot even ask you anything important until we know the most important thing.
That's right.
If you had a theme song for any time you walked in the room, now we're going to get into your story a little bit. It's a little different than the rest of us, but if you had a story when you went into a church up on the stage, but this would play every time you busted through, what would your theme song be?
It would be the song from Alda Nova back in the early 80s.
Oh man, Chris, you might know this.
I feel like we should get a black.
The
light
good
on.
thing is,
do we need to censor it?
Come on.
it's no guitar starting to play yet.
I feel like
I
I'm
feel like-
walking
Here
on
it
the moon.
comes.
Star Wars.
Crank it
Star
up.
Wars.
Crank it up, Nelly.
Here it comes.
Wake up, Nelly. Wake up.
This is some psychedelic. You did drugs when you were young,
There
didn't
we
you?
go. Helicopter.
I think it is a helicopter. Very good, Jay.
Yes, it is a helicopter.
Kind of got a little Pink Floyd
It does.
sound to it.
Why are you laying these mirrors out on the table?
All right, so I'm trying to picture Jason wherever you're
You have
singing.
to picture the gym goes dark
Oh, here we go.
Hold on.
and the music starts. And then all of a sudden, you hear this.
That's for you,
And the doors bust open.
There it is.
you Google Plus listeners.
And the Cougars of Hillcrest Christian Academy bust through the doors.
Cougars.
And the first five guys come in slamming basketballs. Boom, boom, boom.
And then they raise the goals.
Dude, this is some straight up 80s hair band. Right here.
This was what we came into every time we at our home games.
What year?
1987, 88.
I was 10 years old.
They let you play this at a Christian school?
Oh yeah.
So lucky. They didn't let us play nothing at our Christian school.
Our starting five that year was 6'6", 6'5", 6'5", 6'4", and 6'1".
Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, we had literally everybody on the starting five could dunk, but one of our point guard. And
Time out.
He couldn't jump over a stick.
That reminds me of what we went to last night. So we go on this field trip as the three old guys.
Yeah. And it true to the name, three old guys.
Three old
That's
guys
right.
Yep.
to a wrestling
No, but that's all right.
It was awesome.
wrestling match that our good buddy Joey that's been in the youth group, grown up now, he's moved on and
Samoa Joe.
he's out in the working world but still in the college class.
Yep.
Still ain't figured that out, but
He's a professional wrestler.
Samoa Joey. That song reminds me of some songs that they were playing
I know.
for guys to come in.
man.
Except
It's-
the audio was much
Hey.
better in here.
Oh, way better. Audio was so bad there, everybody, that Nelly got up at one time and gave the guy the microphone.
Yep,
He
I
took
did.
the microphone out of his hand
He
and
did.
gave it back to him.
Poor dude got the cord all tangled up in
Well,
the
yeah, he
ropes,
was kind of panicked because it was all tangled around the
and
cord.
wasn't nobody else gonna help him.
I
So
got
what is
two-
this, like local wrestling or?
Dude, this is in Greensboro, North Carolina, and it's called Firestar Wrestling. That's the promotion's name. And it was what Wrestler Revolution.
No, that
Lucius.
was the
That was the
That
people that were the mean people. I call them Fat
It was
Lucius.
something 3. It was the third.
Firestar or something.
No, it was Wrestle. I don't know, but it was the third one, so it's their annual third big pay-per-view event. And
With a battle royal,
yes,
and that's the reason Joey was wrestling.
it was
Oh.
us and about 200 of Greensboro's finest.
It was a lot of people
out
there. You could buy VIP.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We all bought. Even the preacher bought VIP.
Yep.
Our preacher at our church.
Yep. and we went and
Your
watched.
preacher went to the wrestling.
Yeah, and stood on top of the chair to watch this whole deal.
He did. He took pictures and everything.
If my phone wasn't dead, I would tell you all about it. James, did you take any pictures? Oh, that's right. You didn't go. Just sit over and shut up.
I was trying to find out what it was called.
Yeah, look it up.
So,
look on Joey's
Okay,
page.
so
I'm sure it's on
this
there.
is like local wrestling.
It's local wrestling, and they'll bring in a couple of big guys, and I air quotes on that.
So they have like Junkyard Dog or
No, they had Scrapyard Dog.
Scrapyard dog.
All right, here it is. It's called Wrestle Revival.
That's it. Wrestling Revival.
Wrestle
3.
Revival.
I mean, that was when I was growing up, that was huge, man. We
Yeah.
had Hacksaw Jim Dugan and
Well, see, when we used to go to Greensboro,
Rock and
to see
Roll
real
Express
wrestling,
and
but you used to go to
Bad
Greensboro
Lee
to watch-
Borman.
oh man,
You could go to Greensboro and watch Starcade and see Dusty
Kamala.
Rhodes and Ric Flair.
oh
and
yeah,
the Road Warriors and Rock and Roll Express, Midnight
Yeah.
Express,
Yeah.
Jim Cornette, all those guys. But this wasn't those guys.
oh
So
This wasn't those guys. These were the guys trying to get to be those guys. But I tell you, man, once they got going, you go in for what it is. You know what you're getting into. But when in the ring, it
the
was pretty
problem
impressive.
was the guy that was announcing the one fall
right.
looked like Pee Wee Herman to me.
No, you did not.
To me, he looked like Pee Wee
No, you
Herman.
did not.
Did you get in my body? Look through my
Go through your eyes.
well, you always hear all these people talking about wrestling
Mm-hmm.
and how it's fake and all this kind of stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something now. Those guys are athletes.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, dude.
you start talking about doing flips off of a top rope
Yeah.
and landing on your back and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you, that's brutal,
And
man.
if you get flare
you calling
chopped,
Yeah.
you've got to hurt, man.
And there was a bunch of them. I tell you, so many times some guys would get hit in the chest,
Well,
and
you got to remember what you just said. It bothered me when he said them guys are athletes.
they are athletes.
Well, they're not in a car.
They are athletes.
They're not in a car driving
Dude,
around
they
a
have
circle.
guys in there jumping off the top
It's a real
ropes.
sport.
Okay. So you're telling me they put through all,
You're-
they
whoa,
put
whoa,
forth
time out.
all-
You're telling me Joey's an athlete?
Whoa.
Yeah, I got you back, Simone.
No, wait a minute now. I'm
He
saying
is, man.
in professional ranks, if you watch it on TV and stuff like that, and those
Oh, I thought you were talking about the people we just seen in Greensboro.
Dude,
with athletes.
Listen, I'm telling you, those guys. I wouldn't have gotten there and done what Joey did last night.
The guy that
Ain't
won
no
the
way.
title is a news anchor at whatever it is, Channel 12 here in Greensboro.
No.
Yes, he is. He is a traffic anchor for Channel 12.
no, he's not.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
look-
what he did. He
That's
not
what
say,
he said.
that's what he said last night. And also, he works at 102 Jams as a DJ.
Well, and I was sitting there watching the Battle Royal go on, and I saw this guy, and he looked familiar. And I looked over to a guy.
He was
I
was
work
wrestling
with,
Joey at
and
the
I
time.
said, I was like, Ethan, isn't that Roy, the computer guy? And we looked, and it's the guy that works on our computers at church, and he's in there wrestling. So all these dudes have part-time gigs, But the main point is Samoa Joe did his thing, man. He went in there. He was in Battle Royal. He lasted until the final two.
Well,
How many people was in this thing? But 45 or so?
It had to be at least 40 people.
at
Yeah.
least.
I mean, it lasted like 40 minutes.
I know it
But-
did.
My throat's hurting from hollering today, but
Oh, yeah.
let me tell you, when you go in and you pay,
Yeah.
and they got this little list here, and they asked you, who are you here to see, right? So Samoa Joey had probably 30, 35 people there to see him, right? And so my family and everybody, we went in. I brought 2 extra kids with me, and we went in, and Tammy started checking them. And she said, how many's here for him? And I'm starting to count, and I'm counting, man, I'm up to 15 people already, and counting us, we was right at 20. So we checked 20, and then we told Daniel, he went up and checked 15 more.
Yep, sure did.
And then Scott Howard went up and checked some more. So Joey had so many that we said he had so many. That's the reason he stayed in there to the end.
That's
And he
probably
did
right.
good too, man. He was whooping some people. He flare chopped a couple guys. I saw him clothesline a dude.
I want you to close your eyes if you're a listener, and I want you to think about this. Joey weighs a good 350, 360, probably.
Nah, I don't think
No, he
weighs
ain't that big.
much.
no.
All right, 330. He's every bit bigger than you were,
Yeah, he is.
and you weighed 306.
Yeah.
Well, he's taller than you, too.
Yeah, he is. He's,
Not
he's
by
got a little
much.
height. He's probably about 320, 325.
So Joey, now you got to think you got to get thrown over the top ropes, right, to get out of this deal. So Joey's in there, and he had on that went up over his shoulder.
If you watch wrestling, it was kind of the outfit that Jim the Anvil Neidhart used to wear.
Oh,
it was the bright pink.
It had
singlet
the,
over
yeah,
it.
and the straps.
He had that. That's what he had on.
But-
the one
He wants you to talk
like a
into your mic.
onesie.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's a
He had that
onesie.
on.
he had that on, but he also had some swimming trunks on.
Yeah.
That covered up the bottom half because I'm sure that he didn't want to show off his bottoms. So my man, I was like, that's good. That's awesome. Halfway through it, he done got a little sweaty, and I'm sure he's starting to, get right. He's ready. He unstraps
He did. He
these things
he derobed the top.
He derobed.
and pulled the belly out. Okay.
Oh man.
But that's when he got fired up, dude. That's when he really started going after him and
It's a
laying the smackdown on
our Instagram guys showing me. It's a Instagram of Joey almost killing somebody in the ropes.
In the turnbuckle.
In the turnbuckle. I mean, he flips over and lands on him.
I'd hate to be that dude.
You have to put that up on our Instagram.
Look, I'm telling you this. Y'all was talking about it's fake. You take a 320-pound man, run at you full speed.
Mhm.
You in a corner, backed up against something, and he plunges into your butt.
Yep, that's right.
It's gonna hurt.
I ain't doing that, big boy.
whether I knew it was coming or not, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
He threw 6 people over the
Yeah,
top
I
rope,
think he did. He probably
and he kept
eliminated
bringing them over to
6
us to throw them over
He
too.
did. He did. He was putting on a show for us, man.
Our preacher was up in
I
the
think
chair.
he was throwing them at preacher.
He was.
Maybe.
His dad was really excited. That was cool to see. See how excited his dad was to see him wrestle. It was
It was fun.
Joey, you've done a great job. I'm really proud of you.
Yep.
We were chanting for him, and the guy that runs it comes by, and they said, "Are y'all having fun?" We said, "We are." When Samoa Joey comes out here, and we said, "You need him on more often." So we hope we got him a full-time job.
It was good entertainment.
It was.
All you
Now-
fans out there ought to go look at it.
So do they get paid for that kind of thing? I mean, is it a paid
do.
gig or is it a, I mean,
I don't want to throw out there, Samoa Joe's business. I mean, but he texted me last night. He got paid last night, and he was pretty hyped about his pay. So
I think they get paid by the people that come to see him. I don't really know this, but I know he didn't make a lot.
well,
Couple.
whoever's in the main event's getting the most cut. They had
Yeah.
their heavyweight champ was there, and it was a title match. So those two guys probably got the most. And then I think the majority of that battle royal didn't get nothing. I think those guys were just invited to be in it. So, but there was probably 250 people there.
Yeah, I don't know.
well, it's
Right.
like anything else, though. I mean, if you're putting butts in the seats, man, that's
right.
who you want to pay.
It was,
That's right.
it was full. I mean, it was full for what it was Salvation.
Salvation Army
Was
Club in Greensboro.
Yeah, I mean, the sound system was typical wrestle
Yeah.
sound system. I mean, it was good. I mean, last time I went to a wrestling match, I seen bad Leroy Brown in Halifax, Virginia, and I got spit on. They still spit.
Yeah, they do.
It was spit coming out and everything else. They had a street fight. They went outside and got a snowball and threw it at each other.
That was nice.
So-
They had hockey sticks. They
Yeah.
beating each other up with hockey sticks.
A
Oh,
can,
man.
a trash can got destroyed. So I mean, they put on a heck of a show.
We should have got you to go with us last night.
Well, he actually, Nelly actually called me and said, "Hey, man, since you're in town, why don't you go?" But I had already had plans
Right.
and couldn't go. So
Well, and so, all right, so you're in town. So, you are we talk about professional wrestlers. You're a professional singer.
yes,
That's what you do for a living. You travel around, you
Yes.
sing. And what's your genre? What's your style of music that you sing?
honestly, I don't really have a certain style anymore. I used to. I was out of the Southern gospel realm. I traveled full time singing for 15 years full time with a couple different groups. More of the Gaither style,
Mm-hmm.
Southern gospel type.
Right.
Now I'm trying to do more, not really one particular style. I've got some, like this new album that I just finished that come. I recorded some Southern gospel. I recorded contemporary. I recorded I recorded one hymn.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of with a little bit of a twist.
Whoa, what are you doing?
He said him.
Yeah, I said him. Oh,
Not hymn.
Hum.
it was getting like this, so I had to change it up a little bit.
But I try to do some of everything. So
Right.
I try to do a variety.
But
So
it's church
when
music.
yeah,
And
I
it's
mean
church
it is,
music.
and I tell people when they ask, I'm a Christian singer, not a gospel singer or
Right.
a contemporary singer. I'm just a Christian singer. I mean, I sing Christian music in it of all types.
And for a long time you did that. You were in a group and you would travel. You'd be gone for a few weeks and then be home some and then travel.
Yes,
But now
yes.
this past year, you decided to go out on your own.
Yes.
So this is your solo career here you've started. And not only did you, I mean, you talk about commitment, Rice. You talking to Jason's done committed so much to being a traveling singer that he sold his house, bought him an RV, moved his family in it, and they gone. They on the road.
Yeah, but you hadn't mentioned this
24/7.
RV's got 7 slides. It's
I know
60
it
foot long.
It is nice.
He
No,
has a
super
he has a
nice.
driver that drives him around.
Yeah, it's called him.
It's
Yeah.
called Jason.
His name's Jason too.
No, what's so funny? You're right. He has, and I'm fortunate enough. I have a motorhome, so he shows up the first time in his motorhome, and he just got it right. So he comes and he's talking about it. And he says, "Let me tell you what I done." So he's parked at this, I don't know, campground or park place or something. And
Oh God, here we
And-
go.
he's getting ready to come. He calls Burlington home, right?
Right.
So he's getting ready to come back, and we go over to meet him. We're going out to dinner and all. And he says, "Yeah, I had a little bit of an accident." I said, "Man, what? I mean, this thing's brand new." He's like, "But I had an accident." I said, "What happened?" He says, "I left my awning out and pulled off."
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Mm.
And I know that, but and I tell my kids, you know, I'm all the time, I'm on them. Oh my God, I'm on them.
right.
You know, how stupid can you be? You know, I mean, just, but and I think, you know, I know my son Hunter's thinking, oh, Holly,
Oh, dude.
God, I am so glad that was not me. You know,
They were in the
oh man, they
But-
were laughing at me. They had to be, you know, but I mean, honestly, I would have just about killed them had it been them.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, my wife will tell you, man, I felt like, I mean, an inch tall. I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
But you look at it, I look at that and go, okay, he's just stepped out. He worked at Chick-fil-A forever. You're very welcome to always to go back and
Mhm.
train the people, and you still do it a lot of places.
Mhm.
But you look at that, he just tore a $4,000 awning off the side of his motorhome, right?
Right.
Well, no, I didn't tear it off. It just bent it. I was able to get it.
How did you
Hey,
get
look,
it? How did you get it back up? How did you put it up so you could travel down the road?
I had to pull it back around with a rope.
That sounds like my kind of car.
I know. Bungee did.
Well,
See
see,
now.
now honestly, it was pouring rain.
Nelly's gonna
I
get
mean,
mad unless
pouring.
you
Like we're
talk into
talking water out of a boot rain. I'm talking about it was just pouring.
Naturally.
And so, and I have a check we go by.
Right.
And so I go out, I've got an umbrella, you know, I walk around the entire thing and do all my check. And I come back and I'm standing under the awning, you know, putting everything, my umbrellas up and everything. And Teresa comes to the door and she says, there's a guy on the phone wanting to book a date.
you're like,
And so, yeah, you know, I'm immediately, okay, you know, that's, that's money, you know?
Right.
So I go up on the motorhome and I mean, it's a 30-minute process to get all the information, get all the details and everything. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, well, I've got everything done. So I hang up with the guy and I'm thinking I've already done my checklist. So I didn't go back and pull the awning in. And so as I pull out, there's this tree right there beside where I
Hmm.
and as I'm pulling out, I mean, you can hear it.
This thing,
you know?
it didn't have 2,000 miles on the motorhome
I
now.
know.
It was
It
brand
didn't,
new.
I mean, it's brand new. I mean,
Brand new.
literally brand new.
did anybody in your family say anything, or were they just like,
Oh, they were deathly. It was like crickets. You could hear. It was like, oh God. You know?
They started praying immediately.
you know it.
Dude, how much room is there for like everybody in that thing?
I can sleep 10
I mean, semi comfortably.
semi.
You don't-
So like, all right, so
we
y'all,
can. Well, we have a double bed in the back. I have bunk beds for the boys. Ours has a slide out that has bunks in it, so each one of my boys has a bunk. And then there's a bunk that flips down that's over the. Then I have a couch that's out into a double bed, and then the table part lets down into a bed. Then many people wants to get on the floor can lay down. But
so when y'all are traveling, that's where y'all live.
yes,
So
not
The-
when they traveling. That's where they live.
that's where y'all live all the time.
yeah.
So
Also,
That's his
how
home.
do you get away when you need to get away?
you get off the motorhome.
I mean, like, do the kids
Open
have
the
their
door
own
and
little
get out.
spot?
No, well, yeah, they're bunks. I mean,
Yeah.
like the bunks have curtains and like they'll get in if they want to get along.
Okay.
And we try to respect that. Everybody tries to respect other people's privacy. Look,
He has,
if you don't want to,
so everybody knows he has 3 kids.
yes, 2 of them travel.
2 of them travel with him.
Hunter and Braden travel. Braden's 13, Hunter's 16. We homeschool, obviously, because we're going all the time. My oldest son, Tristan, is 18. He's in Mississippi still, and he is about to start college. He is he's going into music theater.
Cool.
So yeah, he's up to Emerson College in Boston.
Nice.
So yeah, it's number 4 school in America. So that's pretty good. Yeah.
So there's a lot of headphones on in the RV.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and you know that's the one thing. If somebody starts playing something, and my wife's like, "Put the headphones on," you know.
But you look at, I mean, you look at their life. They don't have friends. They don't go to a school and have a buddy or a pal at that school every day they get to see. You know, they're living what we call in NASCAR the roadie life.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to grow up and not really know what we knew going through school.
Yeah, and that blows my mind because like the past 2 weeks here we've had snow. And, you know, some has just been frost, some's been snow. You know, some's just been cold weather. But because of all that, we haven't had school for like the past 2 weeks. And it is all I can do. I was so ready for my kids to go back to school today and get out of the house and for them to separate because they were killing each other. I can't imagine if it was like that 24/7. And if it's they always around, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no see y'all in 8 hours, go to class, go to school, you know, whatever.
Well, I mean, you get into a routine.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. I mean, you know, that's just our life. You know, people never could understand how I could travel 200 plus days a year and leave Teresa and the kids at home. Well, I mean, that was just what we did, you know, and it's really no different from anybody else. And, I mean, our life consists of, we get up in the morning, the boys get their school out and they start doing school, and I take the back of the motor home and I'll sit back in our back bedroom, close the doors off, and that's my office. That's where I work. I book my dates and do radio interviews and all that kind of stuff. That's what I do in the mornings. And then after lunch, once the guys get done, that's our time to play. We can ride bikes. We carry bikes with us on the back of our motorhome. So we have bikes with us, and we'll ride by. We have fishing equipment, you know, that breaks down that we keep with us all the time. And our life consists of you tear down at one venue, and then you go to the next one. You tear down from that one, you go to the next one. Then after the weekend, we go to wherever we're going to be the next weekend. So like, for instance, this weekend I'm in North Carolina. Next weekend I'm in Ohio. So we'll go to Ohio and we'll find a campground within an hour or so where we're going to be on Saturday night, and we'll stay there all week. And we generally try to find places that have like stuff to do, fishing, you know, like a pond that they can fish in, or you know, that has activities for them to do, so that they can get off the motorhome and can do stuff.
But I still look at it, and that's good. Some of the kids that go to school, like your kids, will be like, "Oh man, that would be so cool." But you think about it; they've done this almost a year now, coming up on a year, because you're getting ready to have a homecoming.
Yeah,
for starting it a year. They've been doing this a year. They lived in Burlington
all their life.
All their
life.
life.
They grew up. Yeah,
I remember when your little one was in Cubbies. You know, mean as a snake. If you ever had a problem with him, Daddy would look at him and he would just tremble. But now they don't have their friends that had in Cubbies. They don't have them people. So not only is it a ministry to go do what you do, but it's a ministry for them to stay and do it. Like you're older. So, I mean, I know how tough it is to be on the road and to do them things, but nothing like that.
Yeah. And my kids have Facebook. I mean, they keep up with their friends from here in Burlington. They've had for, you know, ever.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Braden, I mean, he's on Facebook with his buddies and keeping up with them and talking to people that we know and stuff like that. So, I mean, they try to keep in contact so that it's like they're interacting still. They just don't get to physically see them.
How did that conversation go down when you kind of knew I'm going to sell the house and get an RV?
out, you know. So I mean, just on a whim, we get up the next morning. I drive 45 miles. We pull up in the park there and park the motorhome. We get out and we spend the whole day in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And we went over into Canada. You know, you can cross they have what they call the Rainbow Bridge there that goes over. And actually, Niagara Falls, if you've never been, Niagara Falls is actually more beautiful from the Canadian side than it is,
Right.
Because you can see more of it.
You can see more.
You can
of
go
it.
to my Facebook page. It's Jason Runnels. And if you click on my Facebook page, when it comes up, there's a picture of my family, and we're standing in front of the Niagara from the Canadian side, so that you can actually see it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that, Chris. We get like the city park.
Yeah.
They get Niagara Falls one day. Like, hey, let's go to Niagara Falls, man.
Yeah, my son Nick, he just thinks Niagara Falls is when Dean wets the bed. Dean's on the top bunk. So.
But
Daddy, Niagara Falls last night.
So it has its perks, but it is hard, and
Right.
and I know it's hard on my boys.
yeah,
you
but
know.
you do this for a ministry, and it's one you sung or you sang for us every time you come. They rope you into singing, which it's great, and you got a following at our church. I know you got 3 people that absolutely love you, but it's always
Who's that?
Oh man, that was kind of an insight. You had to be there.
you had to be there, but it is
Oh.
3. It's 3 ladies that absolutely loves his music, and it's awesome that they get that much out of it. I mean, we sit here and laugh about it, but it's awesome they get that much out of it. But you know, the preacher, you sing 2 songs that you think are great. You go sit down, and he gets up there. Hey, will you sing something that I know?
Sing one more. I'm
And
gonna
I knew what he was getting at.
Yeah.
You knew what he was
I knew
getting at. Wanted to hear, but
And it's one song that, you know, you Google Plus listeners, we want you to listen to this, and we might cut out half of it when we put it online, but it's one song that the preacher loves that's really powerful, that I think, to me, that's what got you kickstarted as a elite.
Is this
you
your
know.
most requested song?
yes.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, if and I mean everybody remembers this song from especially if they're a quartet type person from a group called Gold City. But this is a version that I did and recorded, and it's actually the track has the choir from up in New York on it, so it's amazing.
Okay. You need to get
Brooklyn
like
Town.
the 6 minute where he just really breaks it down. Not like I've heard it before or anything like that.
I can almost hear the trumpet as Gabriel
He sings like a girl.
the call.
There's always one.
Yeah.
No, like,
The first half, the first part of this song, almost about 3/4 of it is pretty well just laid back, and then it kicks it into overdrive.
Yeah.
In the second half, you know.
That's why Google Plus listeners, you're going to hear it all, because it really is a good, powerful song.
oh, it is.
We're gonna have to listen to this all.
You can leave. We'll turn it off when it stops now.
I see
This one is good.
My wife will ask me all the time, she said, if I don't do it, why didn't you do that song? So I'm tired of it.
I say, I bet you get tired of singing it, man.
So
Honestly,
he's here. He's in the room with us doing our podcast, and he's just like when I mix sound for him. So he's just like when he's singing live. I tell him all the time. I say, "Look, quit pulling that mic down at your pee-pee."
Oh my word! Throwing that thing down. You don't know.
I'm one of those times. Okay, yeah. See, thank you. I mean, if you get to, especially those higher notes, I mean, I have a lot of what they call, I guess you call cut to my voice, a lot of edge. It's really bright. And if you don't pull out of it, you'll cut somebody's head off, you know. Yeah, Melly.
Yeah,
I got a question.
Look, he can't sing through that thing, and can't nobody hear nothing when he's got it down there. Okay.
This is probably a dumb question, but these musicians have all these songs. Do you ever like have to like really think about the words? Do you ever forget the words?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I make up songs all the time.
Okay. You're like,
I've rewritten songs, man. I'm gonna
up
tell
on
you.
stage.
Isn't it getting ready to get going?
It's like it's a little bit longer.
No,
It's a long song.
Yeah, because the second verse, this particular version, the second verse you do it twice. That's when it kicks in.
You sure we gotta listen to it all?
What
I want Apple Plus listeners to hear it because
Well,
I'm
he
gonna
could.
tell them.
Well, we could
Here
just
it
tell him like go to his website.
No, I want to hear it. Is that okay? You gonna make me be here at 7 o'clock? I want to listen to it.
Oh, listen, church. I look around me.
Well, the beauty of it is you can get it on Spotify too.
Oh, Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah,
You'd rather them
on
get it on
yeah, I
iTunes.
would rather them get an iTunes and get it. Yeah,
4 cents
4 cents on Spotify.
iTunes, unless you got a different deal. Will they pay you 4 cents for the music?
oh no,
Did you say
if I sell one, and when somebody buys my music, I get. I mean, it's a download, so I get
More than that?
So go download it like 10 times tonight so Jason can eat this week and buy him a Big Mac or something.
No, right?
And really, guys, this is him. This is not fake.
This is him.
It's not me.
Anything back on Spotify?
Yes.
That's the 4 cent.
Yeah, that's where you get it. It's the streams. Every time somebody streams one of my songs, I get a cut from it.
There it is, Nelly. That's what you're doing. You're helping Jason out tonight, Chris.
Here, look at
He will-
Put your clothes back on, Chris.
Tammy, you better watch out when Chris gets
Golly,
going.
man. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Oh, wait. It's the next one.
Well, it goes through this chorus and then it changes keys.
That's when it gets hot.
Yeah.
Jason's one of those guys.
It's still 14 minutes and 33 seconds left in this song.
Well, the song is like 6.5 minutes long.
You ever sang it and then the preacher goes, Jason, you sing that again?
Yes.
And you're like,
Sure.
Yes. Preacher's done it to me at
This is it. This is it.
Harvest. Oh my gosh.
Getting ready to have Chris. Get ready.
This is the key change.
I want to see you get that note. What note is that, by the way?
I have no idea. I just recorded the highest note I've hit on a recording on this new project that I just did. I hit an F above high C.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds high.
It is. It's higher than any of those notes.
Really?
I think the highest note on that one is like it's either a D or an E.
It's like Mariah Carey high.
Oh no, no.
Are you happy now, Chris?
Can I please turn it off?
Chris is just not talking anymore. He's getting blessed.
Nelson doesn't like to hear me sing because he has to endure me all the time.
I'm listening to the song, but
This is the end. Yes.
thanks, Nelly.
Woo.
Let's
Hey, man.
Good job. We're clapping for
Hey,
Nelly.
The problem with Nelly is he's bouncing his legs, so the people on Google because he has ADD,
Right.
right?
I know.
He cannot, like, the reason he runs a sound booth at church is because he can't sit through it all.
Yeah.
He's got to be doing something the whole time,
That's right.
you know, so.
Well, look, you got a big event coming up.
Yeah.
And, we talked about you've been on the road for coming up on a year now.
Mhm.
And why don't you let everybody know if you're listening, if you're in the Burlington area or Greensboro or whatever, you need to put this on your calendar. Tell them about what's coming up.
Yeah, it's 15th, 2015. 6:30 p.m. I'm going to have my very first 1 year anniversary, and it's my very first anniversary, but it's our anniversary homecoming, and we're going to do it every year. The second Saturday in May is when it will be from now on, but this one is May 16th, and my first guest this year is a group called the Down East Boys Quartet,
which was the group you originally used to travel
I
with.
sang tenor for them.
Yep.
And what we're doing is
Not originally.
no, originally I was with Tony Gore Majesty, but he's talking about quartet wise.
Okay.
And
Sorry.
but they're gonna come and be with me that night, and they're gonna sing, and then I'm gonna sing. We're gonna take an intermission, and then after the intermission, we're gonna do a reunion concert where I'm gonna sing with them again. And
So the good news is we're going to have average age will be 70.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh,
man.
okay. Sorry.
That's
No.
not true.
especially at Harvest, because I've got.
I always used to
friends.
pick on Jason about that. That's why I
Oh,
said
I know.
that. I
Yeah.
always used to tell him, why do you always go to the churches that they don't have steps?
They
Like,
got
what are you
wheelchair
talking
ramp.
about? Right. He's like, shut up, man.
Jason will sing anywhere they pay him.
You got that
He'll go
right.
sing on the corner if you give him enough money.
Yeah. One time he was in Daytona and he texted me or called me or something and wanted to go to a race. And I believe you ended up
Mhm.
coming.
Yeah.
He brought the whole group over there. They had never seen nothing like that because they lived on a bus that didn't have slide outs.
Right.
So it was just a bus that was like,
Right.
and it had 1,000,000+ miles on it. It was always breaking down on them,
Yeah.
And they would go everywhere when he was with the Down East Boys. So he got to come see some NASCAR, and I think they enjoyed that. And I don't even remember what year that was, but it was a while back.
I don't know. The first time we were the very first time I ever went to Daytona, and I called you.
Yeah.
You got me the tickets, and we got there, and it come a flood, and it canceled. I need to see the race.
Yeah.
We sat up there in the pouring rain, and they wound up doing it the next day. Well, we were gone because we had to sing. But
Yeah.
Well, look, how do people get tickets if they want to come out?
Yeah, they can actually go to my website. It's JasonRunnelsMinistries.com, and that's JASON RUNNELS
Runnels.
Ministries.
Reynolds?
Did you get that, Chris?
Reynolds?
Yeah,
Don't confuse
Jason
them.
Runnels
Turn this mic
Ministries
off.
.com, and if you go to my online store, the tickets are there. The tickets are only $5.
Yep.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to take an offering up right before the intermission. So it's a $5 ticket plus an offering, and the offering basically is to help cover the cost of the event.
Yeah.
What my sponsors don't get sponsorship for. So
You got a couple sponsors this weekend, didn't you?
yes, actually I did. Matter of fact, your wife is one of them. Tammy, that was pretty cool. So
Well, it'll all be awesome, man. I know that you started selling tickets Sunday,
And
and they start going quick.
yeah, I can say I've got 500 tickets to sell because some of them people are going to buy. Obviously, in 2 months they're not going to
Right.
come. So I'm expecting to have probably 400.
Yeah.
And Sunday, and then I had several orders online today, and I think I'm up over 220
Yeah,
or
so
so.
get them now. Go
So-
ahead and get your tickets. Come out. There'll be people camping out the night before out in the yard, to get in and get good seats because it's general admission.
That's
once you
right.
get in,
Duke,
so-
Carolina, baby.
the 3 old guys is going to give away 20 tickets 2 weeks before. So you're going to have to tweet us. We're going to pay for them. We're going to actually pay for them probably tonight or tomorrow night or whenever we can scrounge up the money. But we're going to give away 20 tickets to some listeners that live in Burlington or that even if you don't.
I do have a hotel here in town.
I ain't buying no
talked to-
hotel. Oh,
Yeah,
the 3 old guys.
No, listen. If
We ain't
anybody
going to stay
does-
with you in the hotel.
if somebody wants to get the tickets and they want to come from out of town, they can come, and I've got a corporate rate with Best Western there, right there off of
584 Grill, man.
yes, it's right there by 584.
Oh, okay.
And it's normally $119 a night, and they're giving me a corporate rate of $79 for for anybody that wants to come to my concert. They're doing a discounted rate. So
I might get a room.
I know, man.
so
I
if
was gonna
somebody's interested, I mean,
Just
seriously,
'cause
they
it's cheap.
can go to my website and send me a message, and I'll tell them how to get in touch with them.
So
So
are we sponsoring them now?
who?
Are we sponsoring Jason?
No, but we're gonna give away 20 tickets from the 3 old guys. If you want a ticket, tweet us, email. Daniel checks the email every 30 minutes, waiting for another email to come in.
I do. So if you get in touch with us, we'll do it.
Get in touch with us.
I got one important RV life. that I've been wanting to ask from.
Oh my!
No, it's just like a
goodness.
house, man.
Okay.
The only problem
Nothing
is
changes.
the
My
only
wife don't let me too in the house. So I have to go over to the church. So I'm
That's a
just
lot.
saying.
Buddy, you better not have the
I
ruins.
tell you, you gotta make plans.
the only problem with going to the toilet paper that you have in there is like John Wayne.
Oh
Rough
no,
and
that's
tough,
not
don't
true.
Take no crap from nobody.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
His is going to stop up soon.
He's got the
No,
big boy.
that's not true.
You get the good stuff.
You can get some that's not like that.
But it's still rough and tough. It ain't Charmin's.
Well, no, it's not Charmin.
Okay.
Charmin's not that
Rough, man. You
bad.
get the dingleberries with Charmin.
Well,
All right, I think it's time to move on.
yeah, we got to move on. So come to Jason, and it's going to be at Harvest Baptist Church, March the 16th. Going to start at
6:30.
6:30.
Doors open at 5:30.
Doors open at 5:30. The 3 old guys will be there early.
Yep.
So
We might broadcast live from it.
we are broadcasting live from a
Little
race.
Google Plus.
What I need to do is put y'all a table there. No joke. Seriously, out
For
front.
what?
Let people come out there and see you.
What do you mean for what?
I mean, we went to the
Are you not on
wrestling.
board on this? at all?
Last night, we offered to pay for people to go to the wrestling match, and nobody showed up. Thank goodness.
Well, we
Yeah, but
didn't
no-
air the episode.
Nobody knew that we
No.
Nobody aired the episode.
Good point, D.
Nobody knew.
Speaking of that episode, we had some NASCAR picks.
That's where I was going with the NASCAR thing.
And who won?
Of course, Nelly would bring this up.
So last week, the episode that we didn't air, okay, we came up with we're gonna do this deal where we're picking drivers.
Yep.
Okay. So if you win,
Y'all
if,
ain't doing too good.
if your driver wins, you get no points.
I didn't do bad.
Okay.
It's Jason. If your driver wins, you get no points. Exactly.
How do you
It's
get
all right.
no
Just keep
points
going.
for winning?
Keep going, Chris.
Because I don't want to add up all the points. But with Daniel, I might as well.
I was gonna say,
So the first race, all of us, let me get back over my spiffy little notes here.
I've gained 4 new Instagram followers tonight.
Just
See,
from
there you
us.
Come
There
on,
you
see
go,
there?
man. I
Look at
told
there.
you. And
Just
probably
from
one of them's
us.
from Jamaica too.
Yeah, you get some UKans too, boy. They'll be flocking you. I'm
they
telling
like, they like us in the.
Some
UK.
you can tell the UK to sing, no joke.
Well, we'll send some T-shirts with you. We got a couple listeners out there that want them.
Hey, you ADD guys, let's finish talking about
All right,
this
yeah,
NASCAR.
all right, bring it back in.
Bring it back in.
I thought it was kind of
So-
cool.
Last week, Nelly won with Dale Jr. at a top 3. Then C. Rice was second, James was third, and Big D brought up the tail end of the field.
that was week one.
Week 1.
Golly. Same
So-
thing this week.
So this week, Nelly picks the 48 car. Jimmy Johnson ain't won in 17 years right now and goes out and wins.
What?
C. Rice picked the 4 car, which I
got
did.
connections.
I did on NASCAR.com. I picked the 4 car. He ran a tight second. James finished to find out standing third. And once again,
Dang.
D
Daniel's car wrecked.
pulls up.
I knew there was a reason
Last.
that NASCAR was. I didn't like NASCAR.
All
But
right.
I tried to give it a chance this year, and I'm still hating it.
So this week they go to Sin City.
Good job, Nelly. You got 0
My
points.
dude wrecked. He didn't even finish the race. My dude wrecked.
Yeah,
My
he
dude.
wrecked.
I thought you couldn't get no worse than like last place, but I
You'd
guess
a
you could
DNF.
not finish.
DNF.
So Nelly, you win. You get to go first.
What's the point totals right now?
Point total is Nelly 1, C. Rice 4, James 6, Big D 8.
Dale Jarrett's gonna win this week.
Mm.
Or Harry Gant.
So I'm trying to decide whether I got a hunch about this, and I
Well, you
got,
go last, right? Or
No,
do
he
you go
goes first.
Okay.
I don't know if I
You
need
do
to go off the map or not, since I got such a commanding lead on you boys.
We'll just go with it.
Pride cometh before a fall.
Yeah, roll with
Better
it.
be careful.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we in Vegas, huh? Toyota or Ford? Toyota or Ford? Toyota.
Oh, my
Who's the boy driving Kyle's car? Filling in.
David.
Moffitt.
That's no, he was driving in 55.
Carl Edwards.
Come on.
He's going with Carl
Edwards.
Edwards, number 19.
Carl Edwards, dude.
I picked a Toyota.
He did pick a Toyota. C. Rice is going to go with Jeff Gordon.
Oh, the 2-4. Rainbow Warrior.
Come on.
James,
I'm going with number 20. Who is that, Chris?
Matt Kenseth.
Golly, how do you know that?
He sucks.
What I do.
No, he doesn't.
He sucks.
Nah,
I
he
had
don't
him the
suck.
first week. He sucks.
Okay, well, I don't want him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
I'm
taking Kansas.
crossing off my dudes. When they screw me over, I get last place.
It's a different track. You had him on
I ain't
Daytona.
picking them again. I don't know what you.
You going with the
tell
4?
me peace out.
Harvick?
Trying to help me out.
I'm trying to
That's
help
Rusty
you out.
Wallace.
Well, let me tell you how I do.
I know how much you like beer.
Let me tell you how I do my picks.
Rusty Wallace?
I
Keselowski?
put a lot of research into my picks.
So you'll be on your iPad, right?
.com, which C Rice has a few videos on there if you want to check it out. Cheap plug.
Did it?
And I just look at like the top 10 guys and I just randomly pick one because I don't even know how to.
How's that worked out for you?
I don't know how you guess, like,
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't know
good
what kind
one,
of
actually.
research
That's a
goes
good one.
into whatever. So I am going to pick.
Sorry, D. There's only up from here, buddy. Come on.
Nobody's got the top car out there for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but see, you
Who's the top
figure
car out there? You got it last week.
You don't want to pick him because you figure he's not going to keep staying in the top. That's
If he's
what I-
if
the way
he's
I
still got
look
that
at it.
same car he had this past week, he'll win it again.
All right, well, I'll take that. I'll take Logano.
That's what you
Joey
say. Didn't
Logano.
Logano
Hey, that's a
win
good
last
pick.
week?
I'll take him.
Yeah.
You talked me into
I
it.
thought-
Double
didn't
deuce.
Logano win last week?
No, he won at Daytona.
I'm starting to think like wrestling.
Hey, anything besides last place, and I'm improving.
Well, guys, you can follow us on Instagram. You can get us on Twitter.
Yeah.
3 Old Guys.
Go to 3 Old Guys on Twitter. You can email us at the3oldguys@gmail.com or go to our website, the3oldguys.
Are we out or are we hitting anything else?
I just put Joey up
We out.
wrestling on our Instagram, by the way. Go check out Joey. He's the guy in the pink.
Go to jasonrunnelsministries.com. Check him out. Buy some tickets to his
Yeah.
homecoming concert.
iTunes, Amazon.
Hey,
Yeah.
buy his music, man. You want to invest in some industry and help the dude out, buy his music. Don't listen to it for free.
That's,
right.
that's the way he makes his living. Just think. He don't get a paycheck every Friday.
Hey, man.
But definitely go check us out. We're giving away 20 tickets.
Hey, if you don't tweet a consequence for this weight loss or lack of, I get a free pass.
Yeah, come on, guys. Tweet us out.
Yeah, ain't no free pass. I already got it. Y'all know why, don't you?
We're just 3 old guys.
And an intern.
Kicking it old school. Old school.
That was better, Chris.
Peace out, Google.
Should have went with Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, he should have went with Brad. He should have went with Brad.
I should have went with Brad.